Welcome to the Nutty Knitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Knitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Knitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttyknittysisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello again. It has been,
months.
almost a year, I think. I don't know the exact time, but it has been a long time since we were on the tubes. But welcome back to our subscribers, and thank you for staying subscribed and hanging in there while we worked through some things. And if you are new to the channel, seeing this video for the first time, welcome. We are sisters in Maine who talk about fiber-related crafts and fun and things, and basically just making, right? What makes us happy.
Yep.
I'm Judith.
I'm Julie. Or Jules.
Yep.
I answer to either.
And this is Miss Calla.
Yes.
This is Miss Calla.
You're not a squirrel, but you're a cousin to a squirrel.
Yes. She's kind of our unofficial mascot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been away for a while from recording videos. I think we both just needed a break. Me, just for my sanity. I was getting a little too wrapped up and neurotic in the whole, like, videos and social media and things, and I just needed to take a mental break. And Julie was busy.
Yeah. Yep. So I think it was on Halloween, if I remember right, last year, I had a mammogram, and I pretty much got in my car and a bit on the way home when I got a phone call, and they wanted me to come back. Thought they saw something. So I came back, and they did another mammogram, and I got a call, I think the next day, that, yep, they want me in for a biopsy. And so, yep, I ended up with breast cancer. They caught it fairly early. It was still invasive, meaning it hadn't stayed contained, and so they did have to take out a couple of lymph nodes to make sure that it hadn't traveled. But surgery went well. They felt like they got it all. I did not have to have chemo. That was my biggest fear right from the beginning. I did not want to have chemo, so dodged that, thank goodness. And I just had to be on a medication for the next 5 years. So that's why I was down for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the third, you are the third person in our family.
Immediate family, yeah.
Mom, sis, and you.
Yep.
Who have had breast cancer. So
we unfortunately have a lot of female cancers in our family.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna, bye.
Yeah, I've kind of made up my mind that should I have a recurrence, they're going.
Yeah. I fed my kids. I'm done.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Yep.
Yeah. It's scary, but thank goodness you were very, very lucky.
Mm-hmm. And everybody get your mammograms.
Yes.
I know it sounds cliche. I know you hear people say it all the time, but I missed 1 year. I missed 1 year.
Yep. And when mom was diagnosed, she had hers very very regularly every year, and hers was very, very small.
Yes.
But you missed a year, and yours was quite bigger
and had started to spread.
Yeah. And Janine, I don't think she had a mammogram in years.
Right.
And hers was quite advanced. She had to do the chemo and everything.
Yes.
So get your mammogram. It's very important. Very, very important.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what we've been pretty much doing, right? That, and we have done a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
So we are getting ramped back up and relaunching the channel, and we're going to try to commit to doing a video every 2 weeks. So we record either Friday or Saturday, depending on our schedule. Right now, today is Friday, June 14th. And Saturday. Sorry. Today's Saturday, June 14th. And so we'll record on either Friday or Saturday, and then that'll give me a day or two to get it edited, and then we'll hopefully launch it on Monday or Tuesday. I'm really shooting for Tuesday, but we may surprise you and load it on Mondays occasionally. So yeah, that's the plan, and we hope to be seeing you a lot more in the future. There'll be show notes in the description below if you're new to the channel or getting reacclimated or reacquainted with us to the channel. We do we do show notes in the description, and I will leave a link there for a KoFi. We don't do like the Patreon or things like that, but if you would like to support the channel, we do have a KoFi account, and that just helps us with travel expenses when we do yarny adventures, and hopefully we'll start trying to do some prizes and fun things on the channel. But mostly we're here to show our knitting and our love of the fiber arts. So we'll get into that. Yeah, right? That's all the update and admin. So where should we go first, Jules?
FOs?
FOs.
Or, well, what we're wearing, because you're wearing this.
I am wearing an FO. So we do have a shit ton of FOs.
Well, you do.
But it's been like a year. You have quite a few too.
Well, yeah, but I don't have them.
No, you don't have them. No, neither
No.
do I, because
No.
I would have needed a U-Haul truck.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, look at that blue jay sitting on your deck.
Mhm.
He's so cute. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a picture of him. Oh my god, he's so cute. Look at that. Oh,
Just saying,
I'll put a picture in because of squirrel. Yeah, I couldn't bring all the FOs because there's a lot, but I did bring some of my most recent FOs. So this is one of them. This is Gracias by Espastrico, and I got this on a yarn cruise a while ago. I'll stand up so you can see the bottom. So it's kind of a boxy sweater. It is made with KoFi Collection Indulgence Kettle Dyed Fingering Yarn. 100 gram skeins, 494 yards per skein. This is mocha. This the gray is smoke. This is Forte de Pierre, and then the black on the bottom is Neo Noir. And it only took a skein of each. I ended up getting 2 skeins of the gray and the black because I thought I might need more on the bottom. But I have 2 full skeins and a bit left. So, and I knit a size 4 for a 46-inch chest with 4 to 5 inches of positive ease. So really, if you have 4 kind of cohesive fingering weight skeins, you could totally make this. And it was so quick and easy to make because it's all just stockinette in the round. Yeah, and it's a free pattern. It's,
a lot of it's Espastrico.
Yeah, and I love this whole boxy kind of sweater fit. Yeah, I love everything about it. So yeah. Do you have any FOs you want to share?
Well, I do have one handy, I guess.
Okay.
Could I borrow a sock blocker?
You
So I
can.
show one on
You
a sock
can.
blocker?
Yes.
I thought to
There you
put
go.
one on it. So something else that I've been venturing into, Judy's been doing it for a while now, is dyeing our own yarn. So I have been really wanting to, but didn't want to do it the first time by myself because I had no clue what I was doing or how to do it. So we got together and we did a little dye sesh. This is a sock from the dye sesh. I don't know, it's probably going to blow it out.
Oh, there we go.
There we go, that's better. So the main color sock here, yarn here, is one I dyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This color.
Yep. And then just some coordinating leftover minis I've had from making socks, and just wanted something kind of stripey and different, so put some little pops of color in there. But this yarn is really fun. I wanted to try speckling, and
the speckling came out so good.
It did. I was nervous because you can't really tell when you're doing it.
Yeah.
When you're getting enough or not enough or too much, and so it was kind of stressful, but it came out good. And I used jacquard dyes. I had bought a kit of 6 dyes that were the neons, and the blue is a, what do they call it? Black light reactive. A black light reactive. So
I hope it shows.
I hope it shows.
If it's not,
this
we'll
so
insert
cool.
some video. Oh, it's not going to show.
Well, it does
Oh,
a little bit.
There we go.
You
There we
can
go.
see the blue kind of. We'll have to put another.
Yeah, we'll do a little
But you
video.
can kind of see how that blue glows against the pink.
Maybe pull the light back a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's a little better. It's just so cool. And I wasn't even concerned. I just wanted the blue. I wasn't even concerned about the black light reactive. But then when I got a black light and tried it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Now you'll have to go to a rave just to and wear your socks. Julie bopping around in her black reactive.
Yeah.
You have to make a matching like sweater or something.
So that was
Y'all
really
would come
fun.
to a knitting rave, wouldn't you?
So I really enjoyed not only doing the yarn, but I really enjoyed making these socks. I liked putting the stripes in there as something a little bit different, and I am pretty excited to try doing some more dyeing, so much so that I've bought some stuff to do it.
It once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles.
Yeah, I mean, I always have a love and an appreciation for indie dyed yarns,
Yes.
and there's going to be techniques and types of yarns that there's no way I either can do or want to try to do.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, playing around sometimes. I think it's
Well,
fun.
and we have definitely supported independent dyers for a while. Like we and like you said, I have an absolute adoration for what they do and their
appreciation
creativity,
for the time and effort involved.
Yeah, and I could never ever mimic what some of these dyers do. I mean, it's just incredible. But it's expensive. I know.
Little cowl on your shoulder.
Little baby, hi sweetheart. I still will support and buy their beautiful yarns because I could never replicate what some of these dyers do. However, it is expensive to continue to try to buy that that yarn for, like, especially when I'm making things for the kids, right? The kids might grow out of, they might climb a tree and put a hole in it, like to knit a sweater that's going to be $80 to $100 for a kid is just a little out of my budget. So, buying an undyed yarn, dyeing it myself, and then making something for them, it's a little bit more makes sense more economically for me personally. So I don't mind dyeing up my own yarn and playing with color because they're going to love it anyway. And honestly, even if I'm making a sweater for myself, I'm going to love it anyway. So that's kind of where I'm at.
And I'm still going to jump on the bright, shiny thing.
Oh, of course. Of course. My cart is full on all kinds of websites. But it's, for something that will bring me joy anyway, no matter what kind of color it is, I can dye my own and save a few bucks. With that said, I actually have another FO that is with some dyed yarn of my own. Now I wore these yesterday, so just fair warning, they might be a little rough around the edges. This is a pattern by Helen Stewart with her Handmade Sock Society, season 6. And I am bound to finish this season. The first season I ever did her Handmade Sock Society, I did do all of the patterns. Last year I did one. this year I'm going to do them all. And I've actually dyed yarn for all of them. And the theme of it is, I'm probably not going to get this right. It has to do with like books and literature and things like that. So I kind of went on a library theme. This one I didn't, because I didn't know the theme until it was released, and I kind of dyed this. But this is the Flourish sock. It's got a beautiful like cable-y pattern down the front of the sock, and then the rest is stockinette. The color is hand dyed. It is a magenta, a very light concentration of magenta to get that pink, and then it's speckled in a chestnut. The speckles are very, very subtle, very tiny, but I absolutely love it. It's got a eye partridge heel, and I knit the medium. I usually knit the large with her socks. Here, I've got one loose so we can see that front pattern a little better. I usually knit a large with her sock patterns, but with the lacy fronts like this, that lacy front tends to stretch a little bit over time, and then the socks get very baggy on my feet. So this time I knit a medium, and it is a little bit snug right now, but I think, like I said, it loosens over time. I think it'll be a really good fit. It's snug when I first put it on, but as I wear it throughout the day, it fits absolutely perfectly. So I think it's going to be great. So that is my most recent FO. Do you have any other FOs?
No.
Okay.
Well, I do, but
I only brought two more.
I did finish my anthology throw.
Yay!
Yeah. That was something I definitely wanted to get done, because it's just, I knew that I would love it.
Yeah.
I didn't see me using it as a blanket. I fold it in half and use it as a wrap. And
Yeah.
I love it that way.
Yeah. I don't even know where mine is. Oh, it's hanging in my closet. I haven't worn it in a while. I had a couple of knits that Julie had given me. She was purging, and she had a bunch of these kits, and I cannot resist a kit. Just fair warning, if you go to like fiber events in our area and you have kits, I'm probably going to buy one because I love them. This one was made with blue mule fiber. It's a hand-dyed yarn. There's their information. And the colorway is Loopy Cowgirl. And it is a DK weight, 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% mulberry silk, about 246 yards. This took about a skein. I have just a tiny little ball of it left. But it is a cowl with a great big old tassel on the bottom. I won't put it on my head because it'll mess everything up. It's a little snug.
Style.
It's a little snug, but it's perfect because when you wear it, it scrunches up and it just is so cozy around your neck. It's such a soft merino, and with the silk, it almost feels cottony, and it's amazing. And then you can also put it on back, like upside down, and pull it over, so you wear it like a kerchief. And I'll put some pictures in of me wearing it that way. And I love it. It was so much fun to knit. It's got kind of a linen stitch throughout most of it, and then this eyelet linen on the end. And it was so fun. It was so quick and wicked fun. The pattern was Loopy Cowgirl, but I could not find it anywhere on Ravelry.
Yeah, this is a kit from years ago, so I'm not even sure if Blue Mule Fiber is in business anymore.
I didn't happen to check before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun pattern. Unfortunately, I could not find it anywhere out there on the internet, so I am hanging on to that pattern like gold.
It's probably because this was from Loop's Club, so Loop's Yarn. They do them. I don't know if they still do actually, but they do the Knit Stars.
Oh yeah,
They are the ones behind the Knit Stars series, and so when they were doing these kits, they would highlight a certain fiber farm or yarn yarn fiber producer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was several years ago.
Yeah.
So they may or may not still be in business.
Yeah. I did notice on a couple of these, I think it's the next one that I'm going to show. It was like 2018. That's the date on the pattern. So this is the next one. Same thing. One of the kits that Julie, this was Knit Crate.
Yes.
And I don't know how to pronounce that.
Vidalana.
Vidalana. The colorway is Night. It is 329 yards, 100 grams, 70% merino, superwash merino, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. It's a sport weight yarn. The pattern was Westwind Shawl. And this is a pattern on Ravelry, and it is so pretty.
Oh, that yarn is nice in it.
Yeah, and it used just about 1.5 skeins. I still have a little bit left, but this, it was a little confusing. I actually, I'm trying to remember where you start with this. You start here, and then you kind of go up, and it slowly gets into that really intricate lacy section, and then the stockinette bit, and then the last is just all that eyelet bit. So I got a little confused, and I ended up having to rip out like 30 some odd rows at the very beginning, because I didn't listen to directions.
And this is a what weight yarn?
Sport weight.
Sport weight.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love the color. I don't have much blue in my knitted wardrobe, so I was so excited to get this done. And the black too. I wear a lot of black, so it's like a perfect accent to just a black top with this over is stunning. But yeah, that is another one. That's all the FOs I have. Oh, the socks I showed. I forgot. The socks I showed. Those are made on Nomad eggshell base. And that is a fingering sock weight yarn. 70% merino, superwash merino, 30% nylon. There. And that's it. That's all my FOs. What are you working on?
What am I working on? Well, primarily just two things that I'm working on. And the first one,
Oh my gosh.
it's, luckily I am at the end of a row, but it's going to be hard to like visualize, I guess. It is the Anker's cardigan, right? Anker's cardigan?
By Petite Knit.
By Petite Knit. And that is kind of the cardigan, I guess.
Oh,
There we go.
it smells good. I don't know what you're wearing on your hands when you're knitting that, but it smells good.
So it's a top down. If you've seen the Anker summer shirt, it's basically that pattern as a cardigan. So I am over halfway in the body now. I still have 75 rows.
Wow.
For the body, and then the sleeves. It has 9 buttonholes, and it is made with the 2 yarns are held together. So I have, this is a Done Roving yarn. Let's see if I can find my tag here. Yes, Done Roving. I think their logo is different now, but I've had this for a while. This is their DK Weight sweater pack, and the color is Adobe. It's 100% superwash merino. Fingering weight.
I love that yarn.
Yeah.
I made a skirt with that as one of the main colors. And it's not really a solid because it has that variation. It turns out so neat when you knit it.
Yeah. And then I held it with a Surrey alpaca silk, and this is just undyed, and that is also a Nomad base.
Love our Nomad.
Yep. It's their Pluma, and it is 75% Surrey alpaca, 25% mulberry silk, 50 gram skeins, 459 yards, and it is so soft. I don't really care for mohair. Even when I hold it with something, mohair and I are not friends. So with the two of those held together, that is the yarn effect that you get. So it tones this down a bit. The only thing that I am thinking at this point is that it gave it a little bit too much
of the white.
Of the white, yeah. I really like
You can
the color of the
you can still
singles.
see the color variation a bit, but it does kind of
it washed it out
washes
too much.
out. Yeah, that's
Yep.
a good way to put it. It washes out the color.
Yep. So I am contemplating, once I have it knit, maybe over dyeing it.
Ooh.
If I can come up with a good coppery color that would bring it a little bit more closely to this, I may over dye it. We will see.
Did you swatch?
I did.
You did.
I did swatch, and that's why I'm thinking about maybe over dyeing, because I do have a swatch that
you
I
can
could
try to dye
try.
that first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'll have yarn left over, so if I try this swatch and it doesn't turn out, I can always do another little
It's
swatch.
so funny because when you look at the swatch, you think, oh, that's really pretty. I love that. But then when you get it on the whole garment,
It's a lot.
you really
of
see how
variation.
much it washes it out.
Yeah.
You know, on a bigger piece.
Yep. I think if I had known it would be this much washed out, I might have tried to dye the Surrey.
The Surrey first.
Yeah, and get it not, you know, the exact same color or whatever, but at least something that would be closer to not wash it out so much. But
Yeah.
it's the fabric is
It's so
amazing. It is so soft. So it is definitely going to be a nice warm cardigan. I don't have many hand knit cardigans. I've got my Spark cardigan, and I think that's my only cardigan.
I think that's my only.
That I've made. So, and now really cool for this, I didn't have buttons for this.
Oh yeah.
And we went to Fiber Frolic, and I'm so sorry we had too much fun. And it was raining.
Oh, it was so rainy and wet. And, yeah.
We did not get any footage. I'm sorry.
I don't think we really decided. We kind of decided at Fiber Frolic that we were going to relaunch the channel.
We
right?
did. Yeah, we did. So there was a lovely booth there, and the booth was I guess that must be her name, Button Barrel Shop on Etsy, or D. Mardovich Ceramics Etsy.
It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah. Duska Mardovich in Scarborough, Maine, right here in Scarborough, Maine. She has handmade ceramic buttons and jewelry and gifts too. The ceramic buttons are very interesting because she takes vintage and antique buttons, makes a mold from them, and then makes the ceramic buttons. So that
she's recreating vintage buttons in ceramics.
So those old designs can live on. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So she had a whole assortment of all these beautiful different buttons, earrings, all different things. And I was trying to make up my mind because the buttons she had were going to be just a little bit bigger than what it called for. And so I was looking at different patterns, trying this, trying that, and all of a sudden Judy shows me this button. I don't know if you can see it. It's an acorn! And it goes great with the sweater.
Perfect.
I don't know.
The teal on it pops just a little bit.
Yeah. See if I can, oops. See if I can hold it up where you can kind of see it. It really does coordinate nicely on the sweater. If you can see it there a little bit.
It's
maybe.
so cool. We'll put a picture in. We'll grab a picture. Yeah.
So, and she kind of had two different versions of it. One is a little brighter on the teal and one's a little muted on the teal. So I'm going to alternate them. Yes. And I thought that would be a great idea because squirrels and acorns for the Nutty Nitty sisters.
Yep.
And the funny thing was, I got home and there was a woman, this young lady was calling this woman her mom. I got home and figured out that her mom is it Linda? Oh gosh. Anyway, she's Healy Heritage Farm.
Oh, oh.
I work with her
that's right.
sister-in-law. Yeah.
That's right, you told me that.
So that was really, really interesting. I thought that was cool. And the buttons are just perfect.
Oh,
so,
they're perfect. Yeah, we saw those and Julie just about jumped over the table.
I
She's like,
did.
oh my God, that's perfect.
So that gives me some motivation to get that sweater done.
Yep. Let me see. What is my most active whip at the moment? Probably the next Helen Stewart Handmade Sock Society sock. So these are called Letterpress Socks. And these are a sock that is more like the pattern is just on the leg all the way around, and then it's just stockinette feet. So here's the pattern on the leg, and it's supposed to kind of mimic like newsprint or like you know, like the print on books or what have you. So this is knit on the eggshell, the Nomad eggshell, and this is one that I dyed, and this one is called Red Leather Chair.
Oh.
So one of the things that you always saw in
Yes.
libraries was that every library has somewhere in it a big red leather chair. So that was sort of the inspiration for this colorway, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember what dye. I use Country Classic dyes, but I can't remember what colors were in this. It's like red tomato and probably chestnut on the brown. Might be a little Bermuda sand in there.
I was going to say, is there kind of a grayish color or
yes,
cream
actually,
kind of color?
I think there is some sprinkles of black in there, just like regular, just like a black. Yeah. But I do have quite a bit of the last sock. I have quite a bit of the yarn left, and it looks like I'm going to have quite a bit of this left too. So I might do something fun with, I don't know, I have so many leftovers, you guys. Oh my gosh.
So actually, those two would go nice together in a sock with one of them
Oh,
being
yeah,
a
the
contrast
pink.
teal toe kind of thing.
Yeah, the pink would really make that pop, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, this I'm a little bit behind on where I'd like to be for this pattern. But
She's getting ready to come out with the next one, isn't she? I saw her giving yarn peeks.
she did give a yarn peek already. Well, I think a lot of people were very vocal about not having time to get the suggested yarn or look, stash whatever, like shop for or
between
get
the
delivered.
patterns coming out.
Yeah, so
okay.
she delivered the the clue a little bit earlier this time, but yeah, I love doing the Handmade Sock Society, and I get very, imagine me getting neurotic about trying to make sure I get it done. So I will take the total amount of rows in the sock, and I divide it by 2, and then I divide it by the days in the month, and then I put on a calendar where I need to be each day, and I am 1 day ahead at the moment. But I also have another project that I've been neurotic about, and I'm behind with that project. So thank God we're camping next weekend. Maybe I can
Catch up time.
maybe I can catch up a little bit. But, do you have any other whips, Jules?
I do, yes I
All
do.
right.
Just one other.
I have 3 more.
This is in my
Because I'm ridiculous.
Taproot bag, another Maine company. I love it. It's a trundle bag. I love them because you just fold the top down and attach your buckle.
Oh, that's cool.
And that makes it really easy. I mean, you can walk and knit
Yeah.
with it or whatever. I love their bags. Love them.
That's cool.
And it's with my hand-dyed yarn again.
Oh, you're doing another project with that?
I am doing another
Awesome.
one. just got to start basically, but I'm kind of on a stripe kick, I guess.
I love it. It adds so much interest to the sock.
So on this one, I decided I wanted, ooh, phew, thought I pulled my needle right out.
That was so close.
On this one, I thought I would do a 3, 6, 9 stripe. So I've got 3 rows, 6 rows, 9 rows, and then I'm starting with the main color.
Did
Just
anybody
the
else
guide one.
just say 3, 6, 9, the goose drank wine in their head? Just me. Okay.
So the rest of the leg will be this. And then I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with the heels and toes on this one yet, but yeah,
It'll come to you.
I just had so much. I mean, that's the skein I used for the other pair of socks, and I still got all of that left.
Yeah.
It's
You really
amazing.
can get quite a bit of yarn.
Especially when you use some contrast yarns in there.
Yes.
So I've got all sorts of these little, I've got little bits and bobs.
Oh,
I've got a green in there,
oh my
which those look
They
really good together.
Eastery, very Eastery, I
But, yeah,
think.
but it just didn't together with this then. The
Yeah.
green was like,
The green is like,
green is the oddball.
yeah, it's like the third wheel in the party.
Yep, but I can see a sock. Maybe
Yes.
A sock with these.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so those are my 2 active whips.
Okay, I do have 3 more. Now this one is not very active. So I probably should have shared this at the beginning, but one of the things that has also taken away from my time to be able to do this is last September, my daughter Samantha and her 2 children came to live with us again. So things kind of were
Chaotic.
chaotic is an understatement. And my husband lost his job in August, so he lost his job. Samantha lost her home. She came to live with us, and it was just, life was very, very, very chaotic. So Michael he found work again just like a month ago. Yeah,
maybe.
something like that. He was doing the whole Mr. Mom thing. Samantha found a very good job, but it's a challenge for her to get the kids home from school in the afternoon. So he was doing that. I started doing that when he went back to work. I started picking them up after school. And so while waiting in pickup line, I was knitting on socks. I was making these for Michael. This is, so they only got a few rows at a day while I was waiting in line. But they're knit with Regia Perfect. And the color is 7126. Doesn't really have a name, it's just 7126. But I love the Regia sock yarn. And there's the Perfect that has like the pre-made patterning is really, really fun and cool. I've always made Michael's socks with a 68, I think it's 68 stitches, but I decided to make him a pair with 72, and he is a size 13 foot, so these are monster socks. I might have overestimated the big, I think those are a little big. They might be too big for him. I might end up ripping all of these socks out, we'll see. But, I think I'm going to need to add, they're going to be very short. I started to do the ribbing right about here, and I ran out of yarn.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to finish the cuff with a different color.
I would measure this and see where you need to be, and that way maybe you can only rip back to where you need to be, and maybe you'll have enough.
Yeah. I'm going to put the top on
Waist yarn.
and have him try it on. And if it's too big, I'm just going to frog them.
Just frog them back to where you need to.
Yeah, yeah. But they are toe up, which I haven't done in a long time. Willie's home.
You're gonna be
So I took these to the beach the other day, and I couldn't finish them because I couldn't remember how. So I don't know. We're going to really consider whether those are going to be finished or not. Yeah. But they're just plain vanilla knit socks. And pause. We might have some barking in the background. Willie is home and Calla is excited. So if there's any barking, we apologize. So 2 more whips. This one is not very active.
It's
The
beautiful,
only
though.
reason it's not active is because it takes beads. It's got a lot of beads in it, and I just need like space. I need to be able to, you know, have the beads and all the things. So it is in the middle of a row, which I know is a naughty. It is called the Audrey Hepburn Shawl, and that is by...
Something just fell off.
Yeah, I think it's my crochet hook. Crochet hook. It's the Audrey Hepburn Shawl by Slipper Snatcher, and I don't think it was free. Yes, it is. It's a free pattern. I am knitting it in... So this is knit in yarn undyed lace weight super kid mohair and mulberry silk, and these are some skeins that I dyed, basically leftover. It's a leftover dye bath that I just threw the skeins of mohair in to mop up the leftovers, but they all were so cohesive. I must have been dyeing a bunch of pink at the time or something, but they are very cohesive. So there's kind of this pink, and then it's held together with the next color, and then this pink is on its own, and then held together with the gray, and then the gray. And when I'm close to running out of the gray, I'm going to add some white, and then there'll be a little bit of white at the end. So it's basically like a wrap, and it's got beads. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. Is that showing up at all?
Beads. Oh, you can kind of see them glimmer in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So I'm hoping that when it blocks, it will like pull out a little bit, and you'll be able to really kind of see that stitch definition and the beads a little bit better.
It's a beautiful stitch. It almost looks like
Yeah.
stars in a square kind
Yeah.
of thing.
It is a lot of fun to knit, but it's a lot to have.
A texture stitch and then a bead thing too.
Yeah, and you kind of have to have the beads and the crochet hook and add it. It's just, it's not really something that I can do like on the go.
Yeah.
I kind of got to have a table to put my beads out, and yeah. So it's been on hold for a while. One of the sacrifices I made when my daughter came to live with me was I gave up my origami room. If you've watched the channel before, you've heard me talk about that. And the origami room was my office. It also was where the kids slept when they came over for the weekend, and it was my creative space where I knit and all the things, and everything has been boxed up and put in my closet. And my husband was very sweet and bought me a she shed, a little 4x6, 48 square feet, little tiny box. And we're finishing that off on the inside this summer to hopefully give me a space to have all that stuff. And that will be where that will live. When I'm decompressing out there, that's what I'll be working on. So that is the Audrey Hepburn. And my last whip is Dreaming in a Field of Wildflowers by Lisa Haynes. This is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. And I have had this in my queue with the yarn designated for it forever. I bought this yarn at Mother of Pearl in... They're not in Freeport. Where are they? They are in Freeport.
Yeah,
Freeport. Freeport, Maine. And I bought these skeins on I think our very first yarn cruise, like a long time ago.
Was it Yarn Cruise or was it, no, Nutty Spa?
Was it Nutty Spa?
I can't remember.
Might have been Nutty Spa.
That's what I'm wondering.
It was way back in the day.
Yeah.
Like when I first got back into knitting. And I love the colors together. They're so pretty, and they were destined to be something. And I went on and just found this wrap that is perfect for them.
Love this texture stitch.
I know.
So cool.
So it kind of starts off this V, and then you finish this side, and then you pick these stitches back up and you finish this side. Now the one thing that is a little bit challenging about the pattern is you have to weigh your yarn. Like it tells you, you know, you do your V stitch kind of thing here, and then you knit
so
until
much of this for this section.
Yeah. So it took some math, and I obviously was off on my math because I did not have enough of the peach on this side to match the peach on this side. So this one is a little wider than this one.
Oh yeah.
Not
just like
by
one
much.
repeat, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a full 16 rows repeat that this one's off. It might only be 8 rows off, but I figure it you can't really. I mean,
No,
you can see it a little
really
bit,
tell.
but yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
It's still going to be gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And so this yarn is Blue Moon Yarn Silky Sock, and it's by Mother Pearl. They're kind of a one-of-a-kind colorway. I could not even find the colorways on Ravelry to add to the yarn. But most of it is 430 yards per skein, with the exception of this right here. This was actually a bunch of minis, but they went so well with everything else that I had to use them. So yeah, it's a lot, but it is a fairly quick knit. This is the most difficult part, just kind of keeping up with your pattern, and then the rest is all just garter in between. So you kind of have this long bit of resting in between. It's going to be beautiful.
Almost looks like dragon scales.
It does look like dragon scales. And it's such a nice summery, like peach is my go-to summer color. It's going to be a nice little summer wrap. I love it. So yeah, I had all of the yarn weighed out into what I needed for each side. Yeah. Oh, there's the labels. I didn't think I had the labels anymore. There's the label. That's back when fingering weight skeins of yarn were only $26 a skein. That's it. That's all my whips. That's all I got.
That's our been up to.
Can we talk about my bag for just a minute? Yoga Critters. This was Jessie Lou.
Yes.
That's what we've been up to. What else?
Pretty much it. We went to Fiber Frolic.
Yep.
We didn't. I think. What did I get? I got my buttons, and I got one little partial. What was it called? A half skein, I think. I got a little half skein of yarn because I just was smitten with the color.
Oh yes, yes. The lady with all the neon.
Hot knit yarn.
Yeah, hot knit
Or
yarn.
haute. I don't know. Haute.
Right.
Haute knit, like haute couture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And she had a lot of neon-y stuff, which was really, really fun.
And she's right here in Maine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did I get anything at Fiber Frolic? I almost got.
Yes.
What did I almost get?
An inkle loom.
An inkle loom. I have been fascinated with tablet weaving for a while, and I would like to give it a try, but I just won't commit to another project until I get, or another craft, until I get my creative space established. I just don't have the time, and I don't have the room for another craft. So, and inkle, the tablet weaving, you can do a lot of use a lot of wool, but it uses more cotton and linen kind of
the non-stretch yarns.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you need the tension on it for the
Yes.
weaving.
Yes. And I think it would be fun to try and do like, I'm thinking of using it for like handles on a project bag or belts or you know, something like that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
Watch bands?
Watch bands, yeah, yeah. You can do headbands. You just put a little piece of elastic on it.
Yeah.
So you've got like the ankle,
Right.
the woven part, and then just on the back is the band to keep it kind of.
Yep. Snug.
Lots of stuff you can do with it, but it was a really good deal. It was a really nice ankle loom. It really was. I should have grabbed it, but
Someone got it before you.
yep. If I had picked it up off the table and taken it with me,
You'd have had it.
I'd have had it. Because she picked it up and she brought it down and she didn't have the cash for it. She sent somebody to an ATM and she was on the phone with them. And they let her hold it there while the person came and got the cash. That's not fair. Not like I was actually going to get it, but I don't think I got anything.
I thought you did get something, but I can't.
Oh, I did. I got some yarns from the hot knit, whatever it was there. I got those Halloweeny yarns.
Oh, the bundle.
Yes.
The little mini bundle.
Yeah.
Yep.
To make
One of Telly Bean Knits.
Halloween cowls.
Yeah.
I have one of her patterns in mind for it, but I'm kind of waiting
To
for
see what this year's
this
is.
year's Halloween knit might be, and
Yeah.
I might do that instead.
Yep.
But yeah, it was I do remember that was the only yarn I got though. It was really I was a good girl.
And I don't know, do we know what our next yarny adventure is? Yarn Cruise starts July 1st.
Yarns to yep, that does start in July. I don't think there's anything before that.
I don't either.
But that's coming right up. I mean,
Actually, let's see, 15, tomorrow's the 15th. I think it's the 22nd. The Mid Coast Fiber Group on Facebook, they're doing another meet and meet up down to, what's that called? Down on the Cape.
oh, I don't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah.
We went last time.
Yep. The little harbor.
Yeah, there's like a little harbor restaurant place.
Pub kind of thing.
Yeah, down on the water.
Yep.
Cape Jellison. Yeah, so that's a fun little local group. What is it called again?
I think it's North
Mid Coast.
Mid Coast Fiber Group,
Something like that. On Facebook.
on
that we-
Facebook. Amber Mazza, Mazza. If you look her up,
You'll find
you'll
it.
find it.
Yeah, yeah. But it's our local kind of fiber enthusiast group that we belong
And
to.
if you were a fan of Jagger Spun yarn, Amber and her husband got the Jagger Spun equipment and a lot of their fiber. So we're hoping Jagger
Yeah.
Spun will live on in
Yeah.
some form.
Yeah, have they talked about or announced any plans on what they're going to do with all the equipment?
It took a lot just to get it.
Yeah.
And then, it's got to be
Reassembled, basically,
yeah,
right?
I think it's all together, but it's got to be like calibrated and all those things that they've got to do test runs, figure out.
I volunteered
all
to
that
knit
stuff.
with their test runs.
Yeah.
They can give me all the test yarn they want.
Yeah, because I was a big fan. When Jagger Spun was going out, they had a like a warehouse clearing out sale kind of thing, and I bought some cones because I loved their wool silk fingering weight yarn. Oh, I just love it for socks. Merino nylon is great, but nylon's not a natural fiber, and
Yeah.
the merino silk is just, I just love it. So I hope there'll be some of that.
Yeah. So I don't think we have much else going on until yarn cruise happens.
Yep. It is today, which is the 14th, is Knit in Public Day.
It is.
Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
Here we are. Shut up.
But I will be knitting in public later for my grandson's
That's right.
party. Yeah.
Mr.
I know our
Ryan
local yarn
graduated.
store, Heavenly Yarns in Belfast, they're doing a kind of like a soft grand opening kind of thing and a Knit in Public Day
Yeah.
thing, but I can't make it today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, new owner there, and
Yeah.
anxious to go over and check that out.
Yep. We haven't been to farmers market in a while.
No,
either,
we haven't.
Julie.
We got to go back.
Yeah.
we've been frequenting through the winter in Belfast. We have a indoor farmers market, and we were almost every Saturday going and spending
Yep.
a decent part of the day at the farmers market.
Yep. We
So
opened
much
them up
fun.
pretty much and closed them down.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
We'll
fun.
have to do that one of these Saturdays and get some footage, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
It's
lot
a great
of fun.
farmers market.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And we just kind of sit and play board games and
Yeah.
knit and chat, and Mom comes with us on occasion.
Yep.
But summer is in full swing, and it has been super busy.
Yeah, all this graduation stuff past
Yeah.
couple weeks have been crazy.
Yeah.
This is the last of my graduation celebrations or whatever, so
Yeah.
a couple of weeks I have a week off, vacation week from work, and that will launch summer for me.
Yeah.
The weather has not been all that summery yet. I mean, a warm day here or there, but mostly during the week.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the 12th week in a row that our area has had
Rain on the
rain
weekend.
on the weekend. We've had
It is
great days
clearing
during the
today.
week. Yeah, it does actually look quite nice
But
today.
it did rain this morning,
Yep.
overnight and this
And I
morning.
think it's supposed to rain again this afternoon. So yeah, we'd like some sunshine on the weekends, please, Mother Nature. Michael and I did our first camping trip in May. Our first camping trip is always just him and I, and it's fairly local. It's like two or three towns over, so that we can kind of work any bugs out of the camper. And we had bugs this year. Our power jack stopped working. The battery would not hold a charge. We had some water issues. There was the low lines where you drain the water. If you're not familiar with campers, is where you open up these spigots and you drain all the water lines. So when you store it, you can put antifreeze in. And we don't like to travel with water in the lines either. We always make sure that we drain those lines so there's no pressure in the water lines when we move the camper. So one of those was leaking. We were getting absolutely no water pressure out of the thing. Figured out that there's something on the water tank that you have to change when you de-winterize it. And he didn't change it, so that's why we weren't getting water pressure. So we fixed that, fixed the low water drains. He put new spigots on them. The way that they worked before, it was just like a screw cap that came off. And our old camper had like valves. So he found some valves and put on. So we did that. We replaced the battery. Got a new battery. He neglected to bring the battery indoors. He left the battery out all winter long, and
That's hard on
that
him.
killed it. So we got a new battery, and he read on these forums about lithium batteries. This new battery was the way to go. So he got the battery. Come to find out, you need a different inverter to do that. So now he had to go buy a new inverter. So we've got the new battery attached. We've got the new inverter attached. The power jack works fine, but we found out that the power jack is rated for 3,500 pounds and our camper is 4,400 pounds.
Ooh.
So he did get a new jack. We're going to put that on. Got everything all hooked up, and the battery still is not powering the camper. We have no idea why.
Oh my gosh.
Battery's fully charged.
Huh.
if you plug the camper into shore power, the lights and stuff will work.
Must be the inverter.
That's what I told him, but I don't know anything. So I told him when he found out that he ordered the wrong battery, we should have just returned the battery and
stuck with what you had been
and
using.
gotten a new battery of what we had been using. But so what should have been a very simple fix is now very costly. So we are going to camp again next weekend, and hopefully we can get the last of the bugs figured out before the big camping trip in July, which is to a Jellystone Park in Madison with the grandkids. And that's I think it's 5 days we're going. Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer. What are you doing this summer, Jules, besides yarn cruise?
That week vacation is about it probably for me this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
We done had our vacation in April, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's just too many things I need to get done around the place, which is going to drain the pocketbook.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't leave much time or money for other things.
We went to Florida to celebrate Julie's.
Very last minute, spur of the moment. I mean, like a week out, we were booking it maybe.
We're like, let's go to Florida. Okay, off to Florida we go. Which is not me at all. I'm a planner. But we had fun. We stayed
it was
at
great. Beautiful resort.
Sunseeker.
Yeah,
Sunseeker Resort in Punta Gorda. And yeah, it was beautiful. There wasn't a lot to do on the resort, but it was more geared towards like relaxation and
huge, beautiful pool area. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we went on a kind of on a whim. We went on a sunset cruise and saw dolphins jumping alongside the boat, which was really fun.
Yep.
And on that cruise, Julie won another cruise. So
we went the next night. It was fun, and it launched from a little like fisherman village kind of area with cute little shops and eateries and things. It was really a nice area.
Yeah.
I'd live there.
Yeah. It was. We looked.
Yeah, we did look. One of those cute little shops is a real estate agency with lots of properties on their window.
There are a lot of 55 plus communities in that area with some pretty decently priced homes. And it's tempting.
For sure.
I could definitely see myself being a snowbird in my retirement.
Yep.
Because I do like Maine. I would want to have like my home base here, but I could see myself going to Florida 6 months out of the year.
Yep.
As soon as the first snowflake flies, I would be flying. Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess that's everything. That's a pretty good first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and liked hanging out with us, and will hang out with us again. If they would like to reach out to us on social media, in the meantime, Julie, where can they find you?
Oh goodness, I am.
See if we can do this.
I believe it's Jules.makes on Instagram, Jules Larrabee on Ravelry.
And I am Nana's House 15 on Ravelry and Nana's House _15 on Instagram. None of which I'm very active on, but I'm hoping to be so now that we're back.
Yeah.
In the thick of things.
I will probably be most active on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah. And we're nuttynitty sisters@gmail.com and Nutty Nitty Sisters on Instagram and Ravelry. Yep. All right, so we'll wrap up, and thanks for joining us, and we will
hope to see you in 2 weeks.
See you next time in 2 weeks. Yeah. So until next time, I forgot about this. Almost forgot about it. Until next time, stay nutty and keep knitting. Bye.